Here now, New York City Council Minority Leader Joe Borelli and Maslansky and Partners President Lee Carter. To the both of you, welcome to the Bottom Line.
Thank you.
Thanks
nice
so much.
to have you here. So I thought, Lee, that Democrats were the party of unity. They were going to bring the country together. Does this language bring the country back together?
No, it doesn't. And I'll tell you what else doesn't bring it together. Like my Twitter feed and what people call me and other things that they say after criticizing the president's State of the Union address, and that wasn't even my opinion. I've gotten some really nice feedback. But I think the issue here is that they're complaining about the wrong thing. You want to go after her attire after what she did? I mean, it makes the whole thing... Well, it makes us just speak over each other and just dismiss each other. It's not productive, and I just find, well, it's preposterous. Joe?
Well, where I come from, making fun of a woman's appearance is certainly not gentlemanly, and I don't think that's befitting someone like James Carville. That said, the dismissiveness you saw in that last Don Lemon clip was why Democrats lost more seats in the House and they lost the presidency in 2016. It's that condescending attitude towards regular Americans which absolutely drives, guess who, regular Americans absolutely mad. And that's why they'll continue to lose seats if they keep acting like that.
Well, they always put on the Southern accent, the redneck accent, when they want to portray someone they think is dumb. And I just sit back and let them, assume that you're stupid because of where you're from and the way you sound. And eventually they will lose. Like Don Lemon, for example. He was giggling, laughing, but at that point, he had an evening show in primetime. And now if there is a nighttime backdrop, it's because the sun hadn't come up. And now he's allegedly not being nice to his female co-anchor because he's not a solo anchor anymore. And he's the anchor of a morning show, which is a demotion. At least he still has a job, I guess. But so I'm just, I'll wait forever. But eventually people get their comeuppance. Another private jet liberal explains why he's too important to fly commercial.
I spend billions of dollars on climate innovation. Not only am I not part of the problem by paying for the offsets, but also through the billions that my Breakthrough Energy group is spending, that I'm part of the solution.
Lee?
It's not what you say, it's what I hear. And what I hear when he talks is that he's just a word that I won't say on television. I just think he's so out of touch. But you're trying to help the climate. It does not make sense. What he's talking about sounds like a papal indulgence, like I can do terrible things and just pay for it, and I'm fine. If you're really harming the planet by flying private, don't fly private. And what he's saying here is I've got to get on a private jet so that I can go see these places that I know need to go and help. Do you really? Do you really need to see them?
But again...
And that way.
Carbon offsets, Joe, and I'm going to fly on private aircraft, and he wants us not even to fly commercial. We're supposed to ride bikes and little scooters and eat bugs.
Must be nice.
But he can eat steaks and fly private.
And gas stoves. Don't get me wrong. Look, I think most Americans would be willing to make little sacrifices, little adjustments to their life if it means making our community cleaner. I think that's okay.
I agree.
It's the hypocrisy. It's the stark hypocrisy of flying on the private jet, which actually has the opposite effect. People get entrenched against environmentalism when you get lectured to by someone who thinks they're so important that they need to be in Kenya and Malawi and here and there to tell us what we should do. They should be like the Elon Musk billionaires who want to be environmentalists. Create a product that's pretty darn good, make it convenient for us to use, and people will use it.
Well, actually, fossil fuels like natural gas would lift sub-Saharan Africa out of poverty, and he doesn't want that to happen.
No, he doesn't. Well, listen, Joe, Lee, thanks for joining us.